بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين جل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We continue our reflections on hadith, on hikmah from the scale of wisdom. Muntakhab Mizan al-Hikmah. We have few hadiths about necessity of avoiding your lusts or lower desires and having a simple life in order to have hikmah. For example, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, hadith 17:15. Al-Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, Man zahida fi dunya athbatallahu al-hikmata fi qalbih wa antaqa biha lisanah. Whoever has ascetic life, whoever is not attached to dunya, is pleased with simple life, Allah would put hikmah, wisdom, in his heart and make his tongue speak wisdom. Okay, as you remember, we said the place of hikmah is heart, but it appears on what you say and what you do. On the other hand, we have hadith about those things that are obstacles for having hikmah. For example, hadith 17:16, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-qalbu yatahammalu al-hikmata inda khuluw al-batn. Heart can contain hikmah when your stomach is empty. Empty, maybe not in the sense that you are starving, in the sense that it's not full, it's not, you have eaten too much. Yeah? Al-qalbu yamujju al-hikmata inda imtila'i al-batn. Heart rejects hikmah or sends away hikmah, refuses hikmah when a stomach is full. So we cannot eat too much or drink too much and sleep too much, enjoy ourselves too much and expect hikmah. Hikmah is a gift which is not given easily. If you want to invite a very honorable person to your home, you should keep your home, empty. You cannot, bring every person, good and bad, and fill your home and then invite an honorable person and say, find your way among these people. Hikmah, if you want to invite hikmah to your heart, you must keep your heart empty so that hikmah can come. Amir al-Mu'minin said, لا تجتمع الشهوة والحكمة. Shahwa, appetite or lust, and hikmah would not come together. Another thing which is a barrier is anger. Al-Imam al-Sadiq, al-ghadabu mamhaqatun lil-qalbi al-hakim wa man lam yamlik ghadabah lam yamlik aqlah. Anger is destroying, is harming the heart of a wise person. Even if you had wisdom, anger would damage it. And if you are angry, you will not get the wisdom. And the one who cannot control and own, possess his anger, cannot possess his aql. So shahwa is a problem. Ghadab is another problem. Yes? And it seems that many people have both. So we have more than one reason for lacking wisdom. Another thing which is a requirement for hikmah and its opposite, its obstacle, is tawadu. Humility is a requirement and arrogance is an obstacle. Imam Kazim alayhi salam said, "Inna zar'ah yanbutu fi sahl wa la yanbutu fi safa." If you want to farm, you want to plant, it would grow in a soily plain, not on rocks. Yeah, you cannot farm on rock. فكذلك الحكمة تعمر في قلب المتواضع. In the same way that you cannot grow anything on a rock, you cannot grow hikmah if you are arrogant. Hikmah is developed in the heart of humble people. Tawazu is very important. Humility is very important. Then Imam says, وَلَا تَعْمُرُ فِي قَلْبِ الْمُتَكَبِّرِ الْجَبَّارِ. Hikmah does not grow in the heart of someone who is arrogant and tyrant. لأن الله جعل التواضع آلة العقل. Humility is the instrument, is the vehicle for aql. If you want your aql function, you have to be humble. If you remember, we talked about how humility is connected to truthfulness. We have discussed this, If you are arrogant, you cannot let your aql function. Because aql observes truth, but arrogance says observe your interest. Yeah? Arrogance says truth is not important. We make the truth. If we cannot make it, we buy it.
But the deal comes.
But the one who is humble says truth is related to Allah, who is Al-Haq and has eternal value. The best thing for me is to be humble. I am, of course, aware that sometimes it's not easy to accept the truth. Sometimes difficult. We have difficult truth, yeah? But still, you have to accept the truth. Don't waste your energy fighting the truth, because you cannot do anything with the truth. Truth is truth. Whether you like it or not, whether it is suitable for you or not, the best thing is just to accept it. Because if you fight the truth, the problem becomes more and more. Imam Hadi alayhi salam said, Al-hikmatu la tanja'u fi ittiba'il fasid. In corrupt souls, wisdom doesn't have impact, doesn't have any influence. So if you give wisdom and wise advice to people whose heart is not pure, or it is corrupt, it's not going to have impact on them. You see, prophets, messengers, awliyaullah have been talking to many people, giving them wise ideas. But if the heart is corrupt, they don't appreciate. One of the effects of hikmah, in the section on effects of hikmah, atharul hikmah, is that your reason, your intellect will grow. It cultivates aql. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, "Kathratun nazar fil hikmah." If you keep reflecting and looking at hikmah, talqahul aql, it would fertilize and cultivate aql. Then we have two hadiths here about not to waste hikmah by sharing it with the people that they don't suit. They are not right people. For example, Imam Qadim alayhi salam says, "La tamnahul juhal." This is Hadith 17:24. "La tamnahul juhal al-hikmata fatadlimuha." Don't give hikmah to ignorant people, because if you give them, you would do injustice to hikmah. وَلَا تَمْنَعُوهَا أَهْلَهَا فَتَظْلِمُوهُمْ. But also don't deprive those who deserve hikmah and are suitable, because if you do so, you do injustice to those people. So, you have to observe the right of hikmah and the right of people who are suitable. If I share it with those who are not suitable, I have done zulm to hikmah. If I don't share it with those who are suitable, I have done zulm to those people because I have deprived them. You understand? So you have to avoid two zulm. Zulm to hikmah by teaching people who are not suitable. And zulm to people who are suitable by not teaching them. So you need wisdom to understand who is suitable and then teach them. Question? Okay. Yes. You need wisdom. Yes. To do justice. Okay. Based on these hadiths, and of course these are only samples, and for the sake of having easy access, all from Muntakhab wa Mizan Hikmah, you can understand value of hikmah. You can understand that it is very fundamental. You can understand that it can be wisdom as a quality for certain ideas, and it can be wisdom as a quality for a person. Quality for ideas is important, but you can find it with different people. Even with munafiqeen, even with mushrikeen. But quality of a person requires to have a pious life, a simple life, not being arrogant, not being angry, not going after satisfaction of your lower desires. Okay? So, these are things that we understood from Hadith, alhamdulillah. Now, we want to go to the sources that I have introduced to you last week, and you have the handout, to see how the Quran introduces hikmah. So, if you go to Mufradat by Raghib al-Isfahani, okay, you have two types of texts. One is from Mufradat by Raghib Iswani. Another one is At-Tahqiq for Sayyid Mustafa B. Okay? So if you look at Mufradat, so Mufradat Alfaz al-Quran by Raghib al-Iswahani is on the top. Is introducing the words which are used in the Quran, and the order is according to the roots. Okay? For example, it says Hakama Asluhu Mana'a Man'an Li-Islah. Did you find it? It says Hakama, its original meaning, the meaning of the root. Because what is important in such books, they try to identify what is the root, what is the original meaning, and then how this is coming in different derivatives. Hakama means mana'a, stopped. Okay? When you stop, then it is called hakam. Stopping for what reason? Li-islah, in order to improve. Or in some books they say mana al-fasad. When you stop harm or corruption, or when you stop for the sake of islah, it's the same thing. Okay? Man'ul fasad or man' lil islah. This is the root of hakama. وَمِنْهُ سُمِّيَتِ اللِّجَامُ حَكَمَةً حَكَمَةَ الدَّابَّةِ. Horse bridle, Lajam, is called Hakama. It's written like Hikmah, but it is pronounced differently. Hakama, Hakamatul Dabba, like Hakamatul horse, is the bridle. Why they say Hakama? Because with this you can stop the horse, control the horse, so that the horse doesn't run away or doesn't harm anyone. Okay? Hakamtu dabbata. Hakamtu dabbata. What does it mean? It means mana'tuha bil hakama. Means I stopped it by using bridle. I don't know, you are understanding what we are doing or not? Yeah, we are doing some kind of analysis of the words. Because we normally know hukm in the sense of ruling and judging and hikmah and wisdom. But this type of books tell you how these all go back to the same roots. It's very important. This is what you can only teach people who have some background of Hawza studies. Mana'tuha bil hakama. I stopped the animal like horse by using bridle. Wa ahkamtuha. Ahkamtu dabba means ja'altu laha hakama. Okay? I put bridle on the mouth of the animal. Also, they say hakamtu safi. What does it mean, hakamtu safi? Means mana'tu safi. I stopped the one who was safi. Safi means foolish, the one who has no good understanding. Sufaha, la tu'tu sufaha amwalakum allati ja'ala. Wa ahkamtu. قال الشاعر أبني حنيفة أحكموا سفهاءكم. What does it mean? أحكموا means امنعوا. Stop your people who are not intelligent. And then he continues till he says وَالْحُكْمُ بِالشَّيْءِ أَنْ تَقْضِيَ, after 2 lines, أَنْ تَقْضِيَ بِأَنَّهُ كَذَا أَوْ لَيْسَ بِكَذَا. When we say حَكَمْتُ بِكَذَا, means you make a judgment, تَقْضِي. You make a verdict, you make a judgment that something is this or is not this. For example, you say, I judge that this doesn't belong to you, or I judge this belongs to you. Either you judge something is not something, or something is something. For example, belongs or doesn't belong. And also, sometimes it can be something that you judge on another person and you impose this on him. Sometimes no, it's about a judgment that you make in yourself. سواء ألزمت ذلك غيره أم لم تلزمه. Sometimes you compel another person, or sometimes you don't do. Then he goes on and talks about hakim and hakam, and they are very similar, but hakam is ablagh. Hakam is expressing the meaning of judging more than hakim. And then he continues, حكم بالباطل فمعناه أجرى الباطل مجرى الحكم. حكم بالباطل means instead of making proper judgment, he put falsehood in the place of what was supposed to be said. وَالْحِكْمَةُ. So this is the main part. We want to start from here. Did you find it? وَالْحِكْمَةُ إِصَابَةُ الْحَقِّ بِالْعِلْمِ وَالْعَقْلِ. Because I don't have that copy. Al-Hikmah. It's a
second line on the left side,
page
249.
Page 249.
Left side, third line.
Did you find it? Okay. Al-Hikmatu Isabatul Haq bil Ilmi wal Aql. What is hikmah? He says, please remember these definitions, because then we want to choose among them what would be the best, or maybe we bring our own definition. Al-Hikmatu Isabatul Haq, to reach the truth, bil ilmi wal aql, with knowledge and intellect. So there are 2 pillars for hikmah, ilm and aql. But in order to reach haq, is it clear? Then Raghib al-Isfahani tries to distinguish between the meaning of hikmah when it is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and when it is used for human beings. فَالْحِكْمَةُ مِنَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. Wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as a quality of Allah. مَعْرِفَةُ الْأَشْيَاءِ وَإِيجَادُهَا عَلَى غَايَةِ الْإِحْكَامِ. What is hikmah in the case of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Ma'rifatul ashya, knowing things. So ilm is there, element of knowledge. And then to create them with maximum a strength. It's not loose. So, because Allah is creator, so this knowledge of Allah comes with creation. But for us, so when Allah is Hakim, this hikmah is reflected in His creation. But for us, it cannot be reflected in creation because we are not creating. So we just understand the hikmah which is there. Yes.
Shouldn't we have used ilm instead of ma'rifah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because Allah has ma'rifah or ilm? If I'm not mistaken, Allah should have put ma'rifah.
In the sense that He has very detailed information. Not that His knowledge is detailed, but He has knowledge of details.
Because usually we define ma'rifah as something we have forgotten and relearn.
No, it doesn't. No. The main thing is that ma'rifah has to be very personal and detailed. Yeah. وَمِنَ الْإِنسان. But if hikmah is from insan, so if it is used as a quality for a human being, مَعْرِفَةُ الْمَوْجُودَاتِ. Okay? I don't know whether you notice when he talks about Allah, he says ma'rifatul ashya. But when he talks about insan, he says ma'rifatul mawjudat. Why? Because Allah knows them before even existing. But we know them after they exist. You understand? Ma'rifatul ashya for Allah is there even before creating it. If He didn't know, how could He create them? But we only know maximum, even if we know when they are created. Even after that, sometimes we don't know. But if we are Hakim, we should know Ma'rifatul Ashya. Then, Allah creates Ashya. We cannot create. What maximum we can do, Fi'lul Khayra. We can do good things. He creates good things, and with firmness and strength, we can just do good actions. Yeah? We are khaliqul af'al, not khaliqul ashya. وَهَذَا هُوَ الَّذِي وَصَفَ بِهِ لُقْمَانَ فِي قَوْلِهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. This is what Allah described Luqman with in this ayah. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةِ. We gave certainly Luqman wisdom. What does it mean? معرفة الموجودات وفعل الخيرات. ونبه على جملتها بما وصفه بها. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by describing Luqman with this, has informed us that he had this quality. فَإِذَا قِيلَ فِي اللَّهِ تَعَالَى هُوَ حَكِيمٌ فَمَعْنَاهُ بِخِلَافِ مَعْنَاهُ إِذَا وُصِفَ بِهِ غَيْرُهُ. When we say Hakim to Allah is different from when we use Hakim for something else. Clear? وَمِنْ هَذَا الْوَجْهِ قال الله تعالى أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. So أحكم الحاكمين with حكمة have connection. So he's أحكم, he's the best of the you can say judges, but maybe it's more than judges, the one who can bring firmness and wisdom about. وَإِذَا وصف به القرآن, when it is used as an adjective for the Quran, we say Al-Quran al-Hakim. Why we call Quran Hakim? There are different explanations. One is this: فَلِتَضَمُّنِهِ الْحِكْمَةِ, because Quran contains hikmah, So Quran becomes Hakim. Some people have said Quran is Hakim because like a wise person, Quran also does things with hikmah. But one explanation is that Quran involves hikmah. فَلِتَضَمُّنْهِ الْحِكْمَةَ, because of Quran containing hikmah. For example, in Surah Yunus number 1, Alif Lam Ra, تِلْكَ آيَاتُ الْكِتَابِ الْحَكِيمِ. In Qamus Quran by Ayatollah Qurashi, he has a very good discussion, and he says Hakim has been used 97 times in the Quran. 5 times, 5 out of 97 is for Quran. Once is for Amr. فيها يفرغ كل أمر حكيم. 91 times is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So 97 times Hakim occurs in the Quran. 5 times for the Quran, 1 time for Amr, affair, 91 times for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he talks about ayat muhkam and mutashabih. It says they are muhkam because they give some firm and decisive meaning. After this, we go to another book, and that is the التحقيق في كلمات القرآن الحكيم القرآن الكريم. Can someone give me the handouts? So. Thank you very much. If you go to page 264, التحقيق في كلمات القرآن الكريم by the late Ayatollah Mustafavi, you see at the beginning he has quotations from different major books. Misbah means Al-Misbah al-Munir, which is one of the major texts for Quranic terms and Arabic terms in general. He says al-hukmu al-qada, to judge, to make a ruling or verdict. Wa asluhu al-man', mana. He said hakama yani mana'. يقال حكمت عليه بكذا. When you make a ruling, what does it mean? Indeed, means منعته من خلافه. It means that you stop him from anything other than that. So a person can do different things. By making a hukm, you stop him from other directions and other things. فَلَمْ يَقْدِرْ عَلَى الْخُرُوجِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. So he cannot go away from this. وَحَكَمْتُ بَيْنَ الْقَوْمِ. When some people have a case, and a debate and or quarrel, they come to you and you judge. حَكَمْتُ بَيْنَ الْقَوْمِ يعني فَصَلْتُ بَيْنَهُم. فصل. قول فصل means you finish the debate, you settle the case. فَأَنَا حَاكِمٌ وَحَكَمٌ. When you do hukm, you are called hakim or hakam. وَالْجَمْعُ حُكَّامٌ وَيَجُوزُ بِالْوَاوِ وَالنُّونِ. You can also have jam' salih. So you can say hukam, you can say hakimun. وَالْحَكَمَةُ لِلدَّابَّةِ. Hakama is bridle for horse or something like that. سُمِّيَتْ بِذَلِكَ. Why it is called hakama? لأنها تذللها لراكبها. Because by putting this, you make it obedient to the one who wants to ride it. تذلل, like obedient, like you tame it, or from dhilla. So it has to be obedient. In a sense, it means that you stop the horse going as the horse wishes. وَمِنْهُ اشتقاق الحكمة. Hikmah is derived from this. What is the connection? لأنها تمنع صاحبها من أخلاق الأرذال. Ardhal are those people who are vicious, not virtuous. Hikmah stops the one who has hikmah from traits of character of vicious people. Yeah. وحكمت الرجل. حكمت means فَوَّضْتُ الْحُكْمَ إِلَيْهِ. I delegated ruling to him, means I made him hakam or hakim. وَتَحَكَّمَ فِي كَذَا means فَعَلَ مَا رَأَهُ. He did what he thought is right. Anyway, then he goes to maqa, means maqa'is al-luqa. Maqa'is al-luqa is another book I introduced to you last week. Again here says Hakama aslun wahid, means all the roots go to one, all the derivatives go to one root. Wahuwal man'ah. Again he says man'ah. Understand? وَأَوَّلُ ذَلِكَ الْحُكْمِ. Why hukm is called hukm? وَهُوَ مَنْعُ مِنَ الظُّلْمِ. Because you stop from injustice. وَسُمِّيَتْ حَكَمَةَ الدَّابَّةِ لَأَنَّهَا تَمْنَعُهَا. حَكَمَةُ الدَّابَّةِ is called hakama because it stops the animal. And then he says وَالْحِكْمَةُ after one line. هذا قياسها is similar لأنها تمنع من الجهل. Hikmah is called hikmah because it stops from jahl, ignorance. Then we go to sihahul luqa. To sihahul luqa, he says al-hukmu masdar qawlika hakama baynahum yahkumu qadha. So it means to judge, to make a ruling. And then he says al-hikmatu min al-ilm wal-hakimu al-alim. So here you see the focus is more on ilm. In the previous books, the focus was on hikmah, stopping from ignorance or akhlaq of bad people. Here the focus is on ilm. So it seems that more focus is now put on theoretical side. This is very important for our discussion because, as I told you last week, for me, hikmah must be practical. Even if it has theoretical dimension, but it is to serve the practical side. It's not enough if you are alim. If you know everything in theory, but you cannot decide what's the best thing right now in this condition, you are not hakim. Okay? So I want you to see how different scholars are focusing on different things. Al-hikmatu min al-ilm wal-hakim al-alim. Hakim means alim. وَصَاحِبُ الْحِكْمَةِ وَالْحَكِيمُ المتقن للأمور. صاحب al-hikmah, the one who has wisdom, or hakim, is the one who does things with itqan. Itqan means to do things firmly, which means nicely and properly. You remember this hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was burying one of his companions in Medina, and he was very careful about making the grave very properly. And they said, this is grave and we are going to put lots of soil on it and it's not going to be used or whatever. Then Rasulullah said, but Allah loves the people. لَكِنَّ اللَّهُ يُحِبُّ عَبْدًا إِذَا عَمِلَ شَيْئًا or فَعَلَ شَيْئًا أَتْقَنَهُ. Allah loves that his servant, no matter what he does, whenever he does something, he should do it properly. Itqan. Mutqan means like muhkam. Ihkam. Itqan means to make things firm, but means proper. Not loose in the sense that it's going to, for example, damage or corrupt soon. It's itqan. Okay? So, Hakim al-mutqinu lil-umur. He does things properly. He knows how to do it and then he does it properly. You need knowledge, yeah? Because if you don't have knowledge, you cannot do it properly. But sometimes you have knowledge, but still you may not do it properly. You know, there are some, for example, people, you take your car to their garage, they don't know how to fix your car. That's one problem. There are people who know how to fix, but they don't care. They know, but they don't care. But we need someone who knows and cares. So find a garage man who is Hakim, who knows and cares. At least in the field of cars. Then we go to Lisanul Arab. Lisanul Arab is a very important book. It's about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 20 volumes in new edition. It says, Al-Hukmu, Al-Ilmu, Wal-Fiqhu, Wal-Qadha'u, Bil-Haqqi, Wal-Adl. It can be used as knowledge, as fiqh, as judging with truth and justice. And then he says, this is the master for Hakama Yahkumu, وَيُرْوَى أَنَّ مِنَ الشِّعْرِ الْحِكْمَةِ. Some poems are wisdom, means they involve wisdom. وَهُوَ بِمَعْنَى الْحُكْمِ وَالذِّكْرُ الْحَكِيمِ means al-hakim lakum wa alaykum, is something that judges between you and them. So he explains the meaning of wisdom for Quran in the sense that judges between you and them. And then we go to next page when Ayatollah Mustafavi wants to make his own judgment. What tahqiq. The name of the book is also At-Tahqiq fi Kalamat al-Quran. So he doesn't just make quotations. He chooses some texts, but then he has his own judgment, conclusion. So this is his judgment. والتحقيق أن الأصل الواحد في هذه المادة هو ما يحمل على موضوع ويلحقه وما به يتحقق الأمر والنهي إذا كان عن بت ويقين. He says the common root for this and all its derivatives is something, whether it be the case for a ruling or verdict, the case for prohibition or command, anything to which this belongs should be with certainty and decisiveness. So he focuses on decisive nature of hukm. if it is with doubt, it is not hukm. It must be certain. Okay? It's very important. And he says the reason it is called hukm, like qadi is hakim also, yeah? Because it should make decisive judgment. And then he says about fiqh, ilm, man, rad. He says in all of them you find this. Then if you go few lines down, says al-hikmatu. After talking about hakim, hakim, hakam, then he says al-hikmatu fi'lah. You remember in al-masaf we say fi'lah is for no, like fitrah, like mita, jalsa is a type of that root. Jalsat al-abid means the type of sitting which is for slaves or servants. Fitra is a type of creation that is available in human beings. Fitra. Mitat al-jahiliyyah, type of death for age of ignorance. Al-hikmatu fi'lah تدل على نوع